Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, it is the Might at the Stripe podcast, at least on my side, Seth. How were you the past couple weeks?
Been pretty good, you know. Obviously, we spent some time off from the podcast. I gotta, as Alexa starts talking. Uh, that was a hilarious moment. You can't even make that up. Uh, I finally got a full time job during the week, so I've been busy, but been making money, so that's good. But yeah, we've been up to some good stuff, including setting a carburetor on fire.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. So I'm currently in Las Vegas, Nevada. Of course, I don't have my main PC, so if you see my camera being a little glitchy, unfortunately, that's how she's going to roll today. Right behind me is the announcer's booth. Of course, Nate Hershey and Ronnie Court currently on the microphone, and we're going to talk more about the Moser Engineering Spring Fling Million presented by Rad Torque Systems in a little bit. But first, we got to go back into the weekend rewind. And Seth, tell me more about this Bella Rose Divisional. I wasn't able to watch it over the weekend. Tell me more.
So basically, was it? It was last weekend, last week and weekend. They had the divisional and the sports nationals on the same week, down at I believe it's No Problem Raceway, if I remember
Yeah, no,
correctly.
it would be no problem.
Yeah. So they have that race down there. It's kind of like I remember my home track, New England Dragway, did the same thing back in 2020. It was like the one and only time they've done it, where we had a divisional and the Jeg Sports Nationals on the same weekend. And just, I mean, it's pretty much just two divisionals back to back, but it is. I'm pretty sure, and I can, if I'm wrong on this, someone will point it out. But I'm pretty sure the Cajun Sports Nationals counts as a national event for the sportsman cars when it comes to points and stuff. So, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big event that means a lot. I mean, heck, it can have world championship implications, like without a doubt in my mind, if that is the case. I mean, any divisional is really going to have that, especially if it's counted as a national event. That just brings up the stakes a whole bunch more.
100%. Going to some of these results that we've been seeing, I see a bunch of some of the things you put in there, and I'm really curious on how it ended up.
Yeah. So first, starting off with the Belrose divisional, in comp, Taylor Chomsky taking out Greg Bourgeois. Sorry if I butchered that. In super stock, Todd Edwin over Jimmy Hidalgo, which, by the way, Belrose divisional was great to the Hidalgo family because in stock, it was senior versus junior in the final where senior got the job done. So, I mean, Jimmy Jr. comes up short in two finals on the same weekend or same day, even, I believe. So that stinks. But at least went to the final. So there's that. Super Comp, Trini Crisione. Once again, sorry if I butchered that. Over
Brennan
Chris Benham.
Cressoni.
Crisione. There we go. Okay, all right. So you probably know that person better than I do,
Hmm.
if I had to guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
Trene is out my way.
that makes sense. That makes sense. And that final, your buddy, 890 with a 7 to a losing 890 with a 6, so a whole shot win to collect the
Cool.
trophy. Yeah.
Man.
And Super Gas, Shannon Brinkley over Nathan Vrooman. Obviously, you had something to say about Super Comp. What
Yeah, super
with
gas.
the
That wow. No, it looks like Nathan did kind of put her a little bit too quick there. But Shannon gets it done in super gas. Going into super street, looks like Tanner Thorpe got it done over Reagan Wilson, which Tanner went 1090 with a 5, so dead 5 to a 4 above nuts for Reagan Wilson. Top sportsman Lance Abbott over Alan Firestone. Nick Brenner over Holden Larice and top dragster. Wow. That is Nick Brenner is a 6'10 dragster. Holden Larice is a 6'10 dragster. I would be interested at seeing what the cutoff was for top dragster to qualify. Sports and motorcycle, Michael Matthews over Dave Goutreau. Dave did click it a little bit red. And then what does Hub Saver .90 shootout?
I'm not sure what that company is, but it's obviously Hub Saver is the sponsor of. They had some .90 shootouts down there at the divisional. In Super Comp, James Jones over Paul Buell, 891.3 to a 891.3 side by side.
All in the
In Super
reaction time.
Gas, Todd Cullen. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, that's we always say how important it is. That just shows the importance that it has. Super Gas, Todd pulling over Chris Husers. Todd was dead 0. And then Super Street. I know I pointed this out like a week or two ago when we were first filling out notes and them didn't end up
Sorry,
recording.
I just had to look at OGCG's beautiful Chevy 2 that just went under the tower. Sorry to get a little bit squirreled there. But yeah, Todd pulling
No,
over Chris Husers, as you said,
when
and Chucky Ware over Ed Morris.
I
Sorry.
did point it out. No, you're good. When we were doing the notes like a week or two ago, because we were gonna record and then stuff got in the way. Chucky Ware ran like an 11:01, and Ed Morris ran like a 10:94, and we both were like, "How late was Ed on the tree?"
Did we ever find out?
I didn't. It's just I'll say it once. I'll say it again. I'll say this for the sports nationals, and this also helps the point. That makes me think it's an actual national event. Is the way they did the results, because they actually posted like, oh, they were 17 on the tree, and they went like they gave like a in detail like what happened, like they like a quippy line or whatever to explain the reaction time. Like they had to jump on the tree, or whatever they might have said. So I'll give them credit. They did do it for the sports nationals, but not the divisional.
Wow.
It's like, why? Makes no sense.
Yep. Speaking of the sport nationals, the Cajun Sports Nationals was this past weekend. Roger Brogdon gets it done over Kevin Duet.
Duet. I don't know.
Do it. That sounds about right. Superstock, Brett Candies over Bryce Gaynor. Gaynor did go under his predicted ET. Dan Dittmer over Austin Williams on a double red light. Supercomp, Michael Holcomb over Richard Pearson, as 1 thou of ET difference went to Michael Holcomb.
Yeah, and Super Gas, Jock Lisenby over Todd Poland. Poland had a great weekend. Super Gas winner in the shootout for the divisional, and then Sports Nationals comes up close
And went red.
Clicks it a little bit red. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's how it is. Super Street, Mark McCall over Landon Neely, 1093-3 to a slower 1095-7. 8 thou at the stripe. McCall gets it done.
Wow. Danny Nelson gets it done over Brian Sandlin. Sandlin did click it red. Is that the Danny Nelson of the Danny Nelson Racecraft fame? That is.
It
okay.
Is.
That would be really nice for extra to see for a house car. And then top sportsman Alan Firestone, still setting the world on fire, gets it done over Jim Thorpe. And if we look at top sportsman, Alan Firestone was in that final at the Belarus Divisional the week prior. So Alan Firestone had a great weekend over in Belarus, Louisiana.
True. I mean, to go to 2 finals in 1 week, at obviously, 2 separate. I mean, it's 2 separate events, but it's one big event.
100%.
That's kind of known. So to have that kind of weekend is just, so it's something that you always can be grateful for. That's for sure.
100%. Going into the Southwest Showdown, this was historic. I was watching this in person or on the live feed the week before, of course, the Fling race down at Tucson. And Thursday was the East Coast versus West Coast shootout. West Coast was down and out as of, it would have been 3rd round after Chris Whitfield went out. Sean Schaefer had to beat 7 cars in a row to win the race for the West Coast. What does he go and do? Beats 1 car, then another, then another, then another, then another, then another, and then goes through all 7 when the odds are stacked against him, mind you, and gets it done for the West Coast shootout. It was, pardon the meme, absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. I kid you not. It was amazing to watch. Sean Schaefer put literally, this is going into the history books of 1 car has to beat 7 others with Lucas Walker in the mix. You have Tebow, a bunch of great West Coast bottom bowlers and top bowlers. Throw them out the window, make room for the sheriff. And Sean Schaefer put in a heck of a run. I'm really proud of him. And he's actually on property this weekend, too. So I might have to go find him and say, hey, dude, what a run. Going into the pro side of the ladder, Charlie Lockhart, another one of the Kentuckian bottom bulbers. Gets it done in the pro side on Thursday. Going on to Friday, Parker Theobald wins on his birthday in pro. Parker's also in on the property this weekend. Of course, hosts his own podcast. If you get done with ours and you're like, hey, I want to see more content before these guys go check out his stuff. He does an amazing job as well. And then Joe Schmall for the Minnesota Mafia, who took over the seat for Jamie after Jamie's daughter and Andy's daughter, for that matter, had an issue with their pinky, had to go to the ER, then the hospital, back to the ER. Joe Schmall hops into the Mom Mobile and takes it to the winner's circle for his first big money race win. So, Joe Schmall, congratulations. And then they, Saturday, Sunday got combined in the Southwest Showdown. Lucas Walker gets it done in pro, and then Preston Pennington and Dennis Lithgow split and quit and said, hey, let's go to Vegas early. And they sure did, as both are on the property right now. So, Southwest
I also
Showdown.
want to add,
Go ahead.
the Southwest Showdown, Cooper Chun wins a golf cart race. I dare say the most impressive win of his career.
He's won $1 million race, won top dragster, won a bunch of throw that out. The golf cart race is the best.
Won a national event. Nah, hopped on an easy go and parked it. That's a win right there. That's a win.
Coop is also on property. I did talk to him a little bit, and really glad to finally meet Mr. Chun. Going into Darlington, the PDRA side of stuff. Qualifying finished, and then we got colded out, if you will. Temperatures in Carolina just decided to not help. So we are still waiting until the East Coast Nationals of PDRA, which should be in a couple weeks here, and that will be essentially the finishing off of the Darlington PDRA race, the Carolina Nationals. However, I got your number one qualifiers, if that helps at all. Randy Weatherford is your number one qualifier in Pro Boost, Tommy Franken in Pro Nitrous, and Jimmy Morgana in Pro Street, your current or your qualifying leaders. So, weekend recap. Hello, I completely dyslexic that one. That was a lot to go through. So let's take a break and look at this amazing car right here. If you are watching on YouTube, you get to see the back end of an S10, which is sitting underneath the arch here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And that brings it perfectly into perspective of the Moser Engineering Spring Fling Million presented by Rad Torque Systems. I am on property right now. I have the two announcers behind me as we are currently on Thursday, about round 2. And yes, it is currently 4 or 3 o'clock, or 3:30 rather, in the Pacific time zone. So this is definitely going to be a fun red eye home. Going into Tuesday, we started at 8 a.m. this morning, or 8:30 rather.
And you're still in round 2?
Welcome. You're not new to this. Is new to you?
No. It's not new to me, but like
I was gonna say
that's still insane though.
Welcome to the Flings.
Big question.
Yeah.
Was there new entry time runs?
No. No new entry time runs. No time runs at all. So if you're listening to this on Spotify, that long pause was Seth's eyes being as big as the sphere here in Las Vegas. So currently Tuesday, Corey Costin gets it done over Nachito Rivera. Nachito, one of the best names in drag racing history, might I say. As Corey Costin 004, one above, sets at 14 total, beats 29, dead 0 for Nachito. Nachito had no chance. And Corey Costin wins a brand new American dragster, grabs a ratchet strap, and pulls it back to the pit with his old dragster. That is amazing. I was not in person or in attendance for that, rather. And I'm very disappointed because that would have been amazing to see.
I know we were putting notes together when we actually watched the final together on a Discord call because we were putting notes together on.
And this
Tuesday
is before I told him I was coming here, by the way. I think I told you right after.
Now you told me before, and then we were like doing the notes, and because you as soon as we got in the call, you told me, because I was like wondering all day long. Because you were like, guess it, guess it, guess it, and I'm like, I don't know.
And
And
then
then
I and
you
then I
you
gave you
gave me a hint. You gave me a single hint, and I go, oh, that's where you're going. That's what you're doing. That's what it
he was
is.
very unimpressed that I made it to the Heat here in Las Vegas.
I I wasn't unimpressed. I just kind of like as soon as I was like,
You're
oh,
very disappointed.
well, that's what it is. Well, because I'm not gonna lie to you. When you first said like I like well, the part that should have like I should have caught was the fact of like you were trying to like make it a certain day and like skip a certain time. Cause like if it was like something like you like got off of Amazon, like I thought because you had mentioned before you wanted to get a crown for the point stuff for the point standings. I
How I'd
thought it
get
was
that to
that.
you.
That's I didn't think it'd be I didn't think it would be like you'd send it to me. I thought it'd be like you just have it and be like, hey, I'm sending this to you. I thought it was that. And then all of a sudden you gave me a hint and I go, oh,
Oh.
it all clicked.
Alrighty. Anyways, Wednesday, which happened yesterday, I did get some mic time on that, and I'm ever grateful that I got to join Ronnie Court, Nate Hershey, and Brent Carver, among so many other great people here at the Fling series. Of course, Peter and Emily both put on an amazing show, and this beautiful facility like I've never taken more photos of a facility until right now, and I'm still waiting on getting a fighter jet going over the track, but that'll be tomorrow. With that being said, Wednesday, G Dub, Gary Williams gets it done over Jaden Lawler, and that final round was lackluster to say the least. Lawler clicks it barely red, and G Dub missed it going 32. If they both hit it, it was going to be a nasty final round. Gary missed it. Lawler clicks it red, and it's like, oh man, I was expecting like 002 dead one to 003 dead zero, going or taking absolutely nothing. But don't worry, my buddy Kellen Rivera lost to 110 thou in round one.
Oof.
Yeah. So if you guys are curious on watching the rest of the weekend, Thursday is currently underway, another 30 grander. Friday is Million Day, $250,000 is guaranteed. If we get up to 495 entries, which I believe we've only had, I swear I just heard someone say, oh, but we're good. If we get over 495 entries, which will need a miracle because we only had 405 this weekend, we will reach the $1 million benchmark. And of course, this being Easter weekend probably did not help that, but completely, despite the fact, great turnout for the Spring Fling Million. And then Saturday, one more 30 grander to go, which I'm not going to be here for. I fly out like 12 a.m. on Saturday morning. Yuck. So, yeah, we will cover the rest of those results next week. Of course, the Thursday winner, the Million Day winner, and of course, the Saturday 30K, as long as they do not get combined, if you will. Going into the Arizona Nationals, this was kind of further behind as we than we thought. Um, we just kind of missed it. Gonna not lie on that one. So before we got on, we spent about 15-ish minutes getting the Arizona Nationals stuff put into place. So Seth, would you like to take us over that?
Yeah, sure. So first things first, I do want to add it's not on here somehow. I mean, obviously, 15 minutes wasn't a good amount of time. Once
Right.
again, I'm, I, I'll admit, you know what? I'll take the blame for this. That should have been my job, considering you were flying to Las Vegas and I was sitting in a time slip
Yeah,
shack.
you're fired. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But yeah, I do want to point out that Maddie Gordon went to another semifinal.
Maddie
I
Gordon.
mean, she's been on that car. I think I said I know you picked her as an underdog for Gainesville. I know I said like I thought maybe for first couple of races go tough, they don't go as well. You kind of start to get better and better as season goes on. No, we're at the gate. We're going to semifinals, and honestly, I hope it doesn't set like a. I hope it doesn't set like a really like high goal for a new team.
Yeah.
Like obviously now that they're doing that well off the gate, and I'm like okay, now they're probably gonna go to a final soon. But it's like you never know like how this could go. I mean obviously it's a new team, but they're showing a lot of power early. So I think if they just keep chugging along, they'll get to the final round. They'll get to the winner circle. It's how long does it take? Honestly,
Exactly.
I'm not sure if it's gonna take longer. Or if it's gonna or not. I don't know if it's gonna take long or not.
I
We
don't.
just don't know.
Yeah. Going over the actual review, Sean Langdon gets it done over Leah Pruitt in the final round. That did you watch that pair? Was not able to.
I did. Uh, you know, when we talk about Sean Langdon, I want to say this, because we got to add some stuff in here, because obviously,
Kind of
15
behind on
minutes.
time right now.
Yeah. I did get a message. I think it was a week or two ago. It was the night I was going to Monday Night Raw in Boston. I got a message from a good buddy of mine, Cam Murray, who used to do a podcast called He's Dialed What. Great podcast, by the way. I hope he brings it back. Uh, he messaged me and he said, "I'm surprised you didn't pick Langdon." And I want to say I was going to, but the the Gainesville upset kind of spooked me a little bit.
He got spooked.
It spooked me. I was nervous about picking him again. I mean, I knew that him and Houston have been dominant the past couple years there, but it just was like I don't know, like something just didn't feel right. The whole again the upset, just like they seem so well, they seem so good in qualifying. All of a sudden, race day, bam, they're out round one of Maddie Gordon. It was just like, do I want to do? Because not for nothing, I picked Austin Prock 2 weeks in a row, and it burned me both times. So I think I picked the wrong guy to choose 2 times in a row.
Man, come on. You know better. I'm kidding. Actually, just to I'm trying to find where we made our picks last week. Um, where are you hiding from me?
I wonder if I can find
History.
it.
There we go. I can look at this here. There we go. So looking at our picks from last week, Doug Coletta is who you picked, and you got a good amount of points from that. And we'll go over the point structure after that. Too Fast, Too Tasty, Antron Brown. You also got some more points from that. Austin Prock for your funny car racer, which good job. And J.R. Todd in the Too Fast, Too Tasty. Dallas Glenn for doubling up. Also, I hate you for that. And Pro Mod Lyle Barnett. I had Josh Hart. I had Matty Gordon in the Too Fast, Too Tasty. I had Fast Jack Beckman and Chad Green. I had Greg Anderson and Greg Anderson. And I had Derek Menholt. What happened? What happened? I don't know. Like, did I just Danhausen them and just curse every single one of them?
You may have.
What did I do? So, going into kind of the results of the Arizona National, Sean Langdon gets it done over Leah Pruitt. In the Too Fast, Too Tasty, Doug Coletta gets it done over Antron Brown. You got a good amount of points from that. Ron Capps over Spencer Hyde, which I believe you didn't get that many points on the main event. However, you did get a bonus point with the Too Fast, Too Tasty win of J.R. Todd. And of course, you swept Pro Stock. Dallas Glenn wins the main event over Erica Enders and wins the Too Fast, Too Tasty. Actually gets the main event done over Cody Coughlin and gets the Too Fast, Too Tasty over Erica Enders. I do.
I mean, I'll say this. In the Pro Stock category, that was just a rough category for you. for 2
Every
reasons.
hang on. No. Every
You want
category was a rough category for
you
me.
I thought you were about to say you wanted to say it because you need to get it out to help yourself
Oh,
heal.
joke.
Uh, Dallas Glenn, I picked him in both the race and the 2 Fastest AC. He wins both of them, and then his pick, Greg Anderson, round 1, loses to Chris McGahey in the 1 versus 16 pair on a whole shot by I think it was 1,000th or less.
Oh, I got a bonus point for number 1 qualifier. I don't even know if I have that down. I do. I got it down. Okay. My disappointment is immeasurable. Is my day ruined? No. But my disappointment's still immeasurable. Yeah.
Welcome to Gainesville Seth Noble picks.
All right. Hopefully next week will be more even. So Justin Bond gets done over Stevie Fast Jackson in the Pro Mod ranks. And like you said, the notable upset, McGahey over Anderson, which did not help me out there. Yeah, good for you, buddy. Good for you. Anyways.
To quote Borat, very nice.
Very nice. All right. Going into the pick points. And if you're wondering why we're skipping IHRA altogether, they didn't give us results.
Yeah.
They just didn't. Like
I want to point this out because it needs to be said. Like, they posted 3 news articles about a tractor pulling instead of the results of their race. What are we doing?
And they didn't post the ladders anywhere either. If they posted the ladders, we could get you something.
Yeah.
They're nowhere to be found. Maybe on the live stream. I didn't have enough time this week. I'll be completely honest. I've been busy, kind of getting here. So
flying and crying about picks.
Yeah. Seth, you are going to drive me up the wall one day, I swear. Yeah, anyways. Going into the point of picks as it sits right now, currently. And I have 2 separate sides, NHRA and IHRA in the season total. In the NHRA top field category, I am still in the lead with 1 point. Funny car, I'm also still in the lead with 1 point. And in Pro Stock Motorcycle, I'm still in the lead with 3 points. And in Pro Mod, I'm still in the lead with 2 points. Top Alcohol Dragster, I am in the lead with 1 point, and that is not enough to keep the lead in the NHRA side. Seth is currently at 2 in Top Fuel, 1 in Funny Car, 10 in Pro Stock with Dallas Glenn's performance, and Greg Anderson's last week. Pro Stock Motorcycle, he is at 1 point. Pro Mod, he is at 6. Top Alcohol, he's at 1. Top Alcohol Funny Car, he's at 7, which totals to 28. Mine only totals to 25. He is in the lead by 3. Now, IHRA, I also don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what happened. I'm in the lead in Top Fuel with 5. Thank you to Jasmine Salinas. Seth is at 3. Funny Car, I am at a big fat 0.
I think you mean thank you, Gary Pritchett, because he was the one you picked.
I picked Gary Pritchett. Mamma mia. Thank you. Jet lag is real, guys. I promise you. Thank you, Gary Pritchett. My apologies, buddy. Funny Car, I am at a big fat 0. You have 2. Mountain Motor Pro Stock. We both didn't figure it out, I guess. John DeFlorian didn't qualify. And yours did not make it past. I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't think John DeFlorian was even there. He was on the entry list. But I don't know if he was there.
Brother. Anyways, it is still a wash in Mountain Motor Pro Stock with 0 a pop. In sleds, mine broke. So Mr. Moeller had issues with the Bandit, which he debuted with a wing. And I've never seen him put a wing on it. So that was really cool to see. Yours takes it to the final round. rough. Pro mod, or it's technically Outlaw Pro mod. You are at 3. I'm sitting at 2 with Chevy Reeves. Top Alcohol Dragster, my buddy Daniel Fling. What did you do wrong? Did not make it past first round, and you have 1. Top Alcohol Funny Car, I have 1. You have 0. The totals for IHRA is 8 to 12 in favor of Seth, which puts our season totals at 40 to 33 in favor of Seth Noble. Going into Pomona, which I believe we will be able to preview Pomona next week. So
I will say, I was behind coming out of Gainesville, and this IHRA and AHRA weekend of Benson in Arizona completely turned around.
My disappointment is very evident. So, with that being said, I know this is a shorter episode. There was so much to get into, and yet we somehow crammed it only into 30 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do also just want to set a shout out to a family friend of ours and one of the members of the Minnesota Mafia, Bryce and Cassie Miller. Cassie, we hope you're on the mend. Got into a snowmobile accident about a month ago, and she is still fighting to regain her walking abilities. Every car here in the Minnesota Mafia fleet has the Team Cassie sticker on their back. So if you see a lime green sticker, it just shows that we are thinking of you, Cassie. With that being said, Seth, another great week in the books. Let's see what next week can bring, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say I apologize for this being kind of a shorter episode. I know that it's kind of, I guess you could say, what could you say, like, kind of Mickey Mousey, if you know what that means.
The Mickey Mouse. Yep.
We didn't do a podcast episode, and then we come back and do like a 30-minute, 45-minute episode. It's kind of like not great, but not for nothing. As Gabe said, he's been on the mic during the fling, and you can't just,
it's hard. Yeah, for sure. And even with that, we've there wasn't really that much to kind of bring up anyway last week as well. So instead of having a 15-minute option, we kind of made it 30, I guess, is one way to put it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that'll conclude our episode. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. We have an Instagram page now, which I'm gonna swash the one you made, Seth, and just connect it to the Facebook. So then it's just easier to do. We'll figure that out later. Mike at the Stripe Podcast is where you can find us anywhere on the socials. Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. We're gonna have an Instagram here soon. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Seth, any last comments?
Eat your vegetables and wear your seatbelt. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Noble, motivational speaker. Alrighty, folks. Have a lovely day. And watch a million. Take care. Bye-bye. I gotta tab over. There we go. Bye-bye.
Eat your vegetable.
This is falling off the rails. See y'all later.
I just want to be funny.
Alright, see y'all later.